Uh, I want to discuss something based on a question asked by one of my students. One of my students asked that how do we know that a particular money has a sorry, let me put it the way he asked it is. He asked that how do we know if Joe Macy is talking about salary? That there is a way we know how to know if there's money is coming. Then he then asked that how do we know if the geometry, the types of the kind of money the chart is pointing out is a salary money. So he's asking that how do we know that? So actually, that is one of the simplest question or one of the simplest way or one of the simplest things to know in geomancy. Aha. But a querent or a querent or the person asking question is not necessarily need to ask that well if this money is a salary money or not. No, the person doesn't need to ask such question. But geometer should be able to know that this money that this chart is pointing at has to do with what salary or something related to that. Do you understand? So, but there are cases whereby a querent will ask that, well, if the money is a salary something or not. But it's not usually a question. A person that is working from day one to 30th or whatever the month should know that he will collect salary one day, isn't it? So the person wouldn't come for consultation and be asking that will he collect blah blah blah. But there are cases whereby people can ask. It's one of the questions. But there are things that you don't necessarily need to ask the geomancy or you don't necessarily need to ask like the main question. That they are like side talk. They are like side discussion in geomancy that comes up on the chart. They're like maybe you ask a particular question on something and something else is coming up as a discussion or coming up in the chat. So that is the kind of aspect this particular question fall into. You understand? So this one is not necessarily a question whereby you ask this money because the person that want to collect money, Querent already know that this money is talking about. Querent cannot be asking, maybe he's expecting money to collect somebody from somebody that is working for somebody or working in an office will know that he will collect salary now, isn't it? He will collect, isn't it? So it's not necessary. It's only so I don't see that as a real question that anybody can come for consultation or come and be asking about because you know the money you are talking about. If it's the money you want to collect from friend, you yourself you know that you don't necessarily need to be asking about this money, is this salary or related something. Uh, but it is part of side talk. Probably you casted a chart and you realize that money is coming from current. So current can then ask out of the discussion, is it my salary or other money or there about blah 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 like that? And that is when it becomes question. But not that you will cast a chart for that primary purpose. But whichever the case, either a person asks a primary purpose or not, it's almost the same thing. But this is just like our side talk. Um, so now, how do we know that if the geometry, the chart, the money that what a chart is talking about is has to do with what salary? Number one, you have to first of all know if that person querent is a salary earner because with this particular method I want to discuss this particular method I want to discuss we have to know that this person is a salary earner. Do you understand? So with this particular the other method though that doesn't require you to know if the person is a salary earner or not. Do you understand? But with this particular method I want to discuss in this particular video, you have to first of all know that that person is a salary earner. So if this a person is a salary earner, immediately you see this kind of movement on a chart. Just know that salary is coming for the querent. Immediately you see this movement on a chart. Immediately you see a figure in house 2, house of money, house of finance, because house 2 is house of money, house of finance, and so on and so forth. Do you understand? So immediately you see this figure in house 2, the pit in house 5 is talking about salary. You understand? It's talking about what salary. But if the person is, because you might cast a chart for a querent, and that querent is not somebody that is into salary or is not earning any salary, and when you find this movement, maybe house two repeated in house one, house house waiting, house house waiting, house five, uh, and the questions, the question has something to do with the finance. Not every time that you see a figure repeated now that this one matter. That questions has something, maybe that question has something related to money. Or let me give an example. Maybe let's say somebody is sick. Let's say somebody is sick now. Maybe they now need money for the treatment. What you casted for, the reason why you casted the chart is for maybe supporting that he's sick. You understand? And this kind of movement happen is talking about what money is coming that will be useful for the treatment. So it means that well, regardless, that question you're asking must have something to do with what finance before you can be talking about this. You understand? It has to do with what finance. So, but it doesn't have anything to do with finance. When you see that movement, just be looking. You understand? But when the question you are asking about, I just use signal as an example. It could be any question. It could be about relationship. As long as the word relationship has to do with what finance. Maybe you're asking about a girlfriend, or maybe who is whereabout or something, or how is he feeling or whatever. Is he a good person? And the person is maybe now maybe it requested money from you. Maybe that same girlfriend you're talking requested money from you. And you now see this movement. So he's talking about money will come and you'll be able to sort the situation out. So, but that is not the where we are going. I'm just trying to make you understand that well, there must be a connection between the money or something, and the main reason why the chart is casted. So, like I was saying, if the person is a salary earner and you see this money, you see this movement, I was told moving to house five, that is what a salary. But let's say the person is not a salary earner, he's talking about what gains. Gains. He's talking about when you see it move from here to this one, he's talking about what gains. That money current will make money from his, you will get money from the war. But maybe you do a business and make gain. You know what I mean by gain now? Gain is GAIN, gains. When you gain something, so you make money from what gains. Just talk about gains. But if the person is a salary earner, we make money from what salary. Money will come from via the salary. And if it's not into if it's not into salary or related something finance, then will make gain is coming. Will make gain from whatever business is doing or from whatever anything is doing. So it will make money from what gains. So I hope I've been able to answer this, and I hope it benefit other. So thank you very much for listening to the video from the beginning to this point. May your life never be useless as you like, comment, or share my video. And remember to subscribe to to the YouTube channel, because when you subscribe, whenever a new video is made, you'll be among the first set of people that will get that will be notified about it. So thank you very much. May God bless you.